Hi guys, welcome back to Modding with Ein, as I'm calling this, not really a series, but odd collection of me modding while droning on about me modding stuff. Anyway, back in Voltheim Towers. So, what was I doing? I've done a little bit since last time. I think, let me turn the markers off. Bye. I think I'm pretty happy now with this corridor area, which was lagging us to hell when we were in game, but I think that was my computer more than anything. I corrected the hole that we put in the corridor around here by just shimmying this bit of wall back into place a little bit. So that's all nicely corrected, a bit more decorate, gone too far. Use that as a fulcrum. So this rock pooly bit is looking a bit more natural. More rocks in the rock pool, of course. Now what I have done is deleted all of the lights because I need to redo that. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. Not right now, there's other bits and pieces to do first, but I'll be experimenting with the non-shadow casting lights, which are less intensive for the computer to run and bug out less often as well. It's what Bethesda have used in most of their dungeons, apart from a few things. I'm leaving this one on, the one that shines through this window, because I really like that effect. And this whole window room, I think I'm going to keep it dark and then maybe just a couple of torches back here just to have a bit more warmth, bit of light around here, and then maybe, I don't know what I'm going to stick up here actually, maybe a table, a couple of chairs, something like that. And the area leading up from there, all this squiggly-ish bit, don't know what I'm going to do with it. I fixed the hole in the corridor around here. I just had to nudge the corridor section back in a little bit. That's all that needed. And what else have we done? So yeah, I've taken all the lights out of this bit. Took the fire out of there, added more planking, and then just one of these brazier style lights. Another one down there, because they're not going to be shadow casting, it's going to be more ambient lighting. So I don't need to worry about shadows going everywhere and bugging each other out. I filled in this little bit below here with all the scaffolding that now goes down to the bottom, and I need to just extend that out a little bit more. And then fill in all the bottom bit and do the other side. Lots of broken planks and wood beams and things down around the bottom of the waterfall. So we'll do a little bit of that. What else was I going to look at today? Yeah, I'm happy with this room. And I'm happy with just the one light in here. It's bright enough, it gives it a bit of mood. I quite like it looking all natural, but with a bit of detritus from Bandit living in it. I quite like it as is. So with this room, and I think the tower entrances, there's trapdoors in the towers. Need a little bit more clutter first before I navmesh it, but I'm happy with that room. And let's turn the sky off a second. There we are, and the light. So I'm happy with this bit. So, to start with, let's do some navmeshing, because navmeshing is always awesome. I know someone mentioned they've had, in my last video, that they've had trouble with exteriors. I always get errors thrown up about my navmeshing, but it works in-game fine, and I think that's true with most people, that they get these errors. I think if you select the entire navmesh of the cell you're working on outside, and you can drop it, hang on, let me anchor to that. You can drop it below the map and then add in your new one. As long as you don't delete the original navmesh for the cell, it should work fine. But all I've done is edit the existing navmesh. It throws up errors, but it works fine. That seems to be the way to go about it anyway. Right, now this is going to be tricky, because I've only done exterior navmesh, which was tricky enough, getting everything where you want it, but here we go. Where's the old navmesh button gone? Is that you? That's not you, is it? Hang on, move that down. You can't see me doing any of this bit, but you will in a second. I'm just, yeah, navmesh mode. Right, so I've got a navmesh toolbar now that none of you can see, but it's on. Select triangles, select edges, I'm going to take select edges off. And we've got 3 methods of viewing, and then we can get navmeshing. So I believe if I do that, there's 3 nodes on the floor, which we make to use our triangles. So if I hold control, I've got that one selected, it's green, and I can move it around if I want to. Same controls to move actually, up and down by holding Z. If I hold control, I can do that, and I can fill it in with... I've forgotten the button. Let's try A. Yes, A. Excellent. Same as with one of the 3D modelling programs I'm going to practice with. But we want to move that node over to the door. And that one as well. You can see the triangle changing colour when my mouse goes over it. But that triangle gives you a nice indication of what level you're going through, if you're going through the floor or not. But there we are. Bring that to the floor. Now if I hold control, select that one and hold it again, I don't want to... The problem with these corridors is you can easily put your node on the ceiling if you're not concentrating. If I do that, yeah, and I hold control, and you immediately get a new one. Now it does it based on the last node selected, so I'm going to reselect that one, select that one, hold control, and go to there, triangle, right, it's got these 2, and then you just sort of step ladder your way forwards, and it is lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely jubbly. And the key is as few triangles as possible. Navmesh is basically saying where an NPC or beastie or whatever can walk. Because at the moment nothing can apart from player themselves. So let's actually we'll select you first and then you. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much about clipping through there, because you won't really notice their feet sinking that much in game, and they do sort of keep themselves down to the ground level. Let's drop you down. And all you need to do once you've done all of this is, see that one has selected the fern rather than the floor. So you've got to be quite careful. It's tricky. A lot of people hate navmeshing, and there's an auto navmesh function, apparently. I've never used it because I know I find it quite therapeutic. Oh yeah, nice and easy. Not on the fern there, so that's good. Stick one out there. One just there to come through. Right, we're going to hit fern now, aren't we? Just get in underneath it and oosh. Ah, see, that didn't work at all. But we can just select it and move it where we want manually anyway. Ooh, can't see past the wall. There we are. So that corridor's done. And just to show you the other views, this is sort of meshing above the ground. There's one where the ground becomes semi-transparent. Well, okay, the ground doesn't, but the navmesh does. So you can see your whole navmesh, no matter where you are. It's visible. Which is useful for checking corridors and things at the end, just to make sure you have got triangles everywhere you need. I do prefer this way though, because it stands out more. You can actually see it where it actually is, as you would a normal object. If it's behind something, you can't see it, which is important. And then there's this mode. You can see that really shining out as home triangle for the door. That's the sort of underwatery bit where the fish is, and that's all the navmesh for the entire level at the moment. So that looks fine, it's all joined up. No stupidly narrow bits where someone might get stuck, but obviously you've got to test it in game. Let's come down here. Right, we shall. You're a little high up, I think, so drop you a little We'll stick the triangle out to there. Now, all this rubble. You don't want to go around the rubble too much, like sort of that going around, because it just makes a bit of a mess, really. And the key to navmesh is as few triangles as you can get away with. Plus, NPCs get confused if you've got lots of little bits of rubble around, and it's not the end of the world that you see them just walking over rocks like that. Because usually you get clipping anyway, so I'm not going to worry. This bit maybe. So maybe I might do a little bit like that, just to bring them out. Are they going to go down that way? Probably not, so I'm going to leave that bit there. Don't need anyone walking that way. This bit will ease out. So they can walk to that bit, and then we'll join that there quite nicely. There is a triangle underneath a bit of ground, but as I keep saying, it will be fine. It will be absolutely fine. Big triangles. I like big triangles. Big triangles are good to have. Possibly. Don't actually know. Not a programmer, but this is what's been working for me so far. And as you can see, because this triangle's a bit lower, if I stick that on, yeah, there's not actually a triangle there. So I can select these nodes, hit the A button, there we are, stick it onto the first view. There's your triangle. It's just because that point's a bit lower, so I can help myself out by lifting it up. I can see a little bit more then. And at the end of the day, it won't matter too much that it's not perfectly in line with the ground. Like this bit here, I'm jumping it up to the level because I do want them to walk down here. Oh, hang on, that's a bit of a bigger ledge there, so I don't want them... You know what, we'll do that. We can fill in that one nice and easily. We can take a triangle going that way. And if I drop that down a bit, done. If it's a certain sort of steepness to the triangle, I don't think they'll use it anyway. Where's that gone? It's gone under the ground a bit. Weirdly. So I can select it by changing view, bringing it up a little bit, changing back. I've still not got my triangle. Bring it up a bit more. That'll do. Triangle there anyway, and they're not really going to go around that way. So you can actually safely just ignore most of that bit. Right, we want a triangle there, and then fill in that one. So I'm going to go from these nodes there. In fact, I want to bring that one in just there, and I can drag that one back out a little bit just to go around this brazier a little easier. Love me a navmesh, because you don't really have to make many decisions with like cluttering the place. Does that bit of clutter work there? Does it look like it could fall there feasibly? Nah, you can just get on with it. Right, this bit. Just kind of, it was a little bit of therapy. Just making your triangles. In fact, I think that bit is done. I'm going to save that bit of navmesh. Lovely. Continue on down this way. We finished that bit, but we do want to go there. It's gone under a rock. But that won't matter. Do I want to be walking on that rock? We want to be walking on that rock anyway, because it's quite a shallow rock. Right, I can't see where that's gone, so we change view, and it's there randomly. Okay, that one is a bit too low, isn't it? Let's bring you up. and you. Switch back. See where we are. So drag that to the edge of the rock just there. Nice. And into the next section. We can come back and finish that bit off in a second. But while we're on a roll, this is what just helps you. Walking the nav mesh forwards, basically. Stick the triangle there. You just got to know where you want your edges, which isn't that bit actually. That was a silly decision. Let's move up a bit, because that's just an edge of the thing anyway, so we don't really need to worry at all about that bit. Fill in the gap, which didn't fill in because that's not selected. There we are. Lovely jubbly. Right, let's go back. Fill in this little bit. Oops. That's all it needs. They're not going to be walking right over to the edges of anything. Right, can't see the node, so change view. Done. There we are. Lovely bit of work. And hopefully they should be able to walk through that without any trouble. Obviously it needs testing in game. Let's just finalise that and come out of navmesh mode. There we are. Excellent. So we'll have a look at that in game. But first, I'm not happy with... Get around there. This bit of bridge. Not keen on it, so I'm going to bring the theme of the place, which is all these wooden stockadey bits anyway. I'm going to bring it more around this bit. It goes right through the centre, which I was fine with, but I kind of want a view when you're crossing the topmost parts, a view all the way down. I want stuff more skirting the edges, so how am I going to do it? I like this bit that runs down the side. Right, let's delete that first of all. Goodbye, done. Just opens it out a bit nicer, makes what is quite a wide space actually seem wide. It was getting a bit claustrophobic. So, if I just move the window, you can't see this window again, but you don't really need to, because all I need is one of my favourite pieces of kit, this one, which you see in many bandit camps and things, but I love just planting this in a wall and then you've got stairs running down. And in fact from there I could probably run a bridge that way. If you can get the view right anyway, over to there again. And then a lot of stockades and things going down, join the whole thing up. Yeah, if you ever go to theme parks, you know, wooden roller coasters. I love them. Lovely and rickety, and it's that noise they make as they're going around. But basically, oh, that's actually two parts. That's sort of what I'm going for with this. You know the queues that they make? You go around and things, and they're all themed and they're all built up, and wooden roller coasters usually have these old wooden staircases everywhere, all winding round for you to queue around. I love them. Well, not the queuing itself, obviously, that's horrible, but you know what I mean. That's the theme we're going for. So we'll join that there. I know for a fact NPCs can all easily walk down this because I've tested it outside. You just got this big bit jutting back, which you'll never see. You could make it out of individual pieces, but it's easier for the game to just render the one. I wonder if that's the right angle to use it. So if we... Because I could, if I wanted, just use that bit. Or I could... have that whole thing sticking out somewhere. That's not really going to work though. Let's just Control Z our way back again. Eventually. There we are. A lot of stuff getting in the way actually. This will be a shorter episode because I'm just trying out bits and pieces really. So from there I think a bridge could feasibly go across to that bit. In fact, I could put another thingy. Let's get another tower that way. Gotta say, I love these bits. I could have it actually crisscross and then... Ooh, I could do another sort of bridge across the top of the waterfall. I could do one at the bottom. Let's just drop that. Now I don't want to lose the towery bit on this bit. So if I sort of do... That's not going to work, is it? No, we'll lose the towery bit. Let's concentrate on... Do it like that. Stick that there. Just down a little bit. Could put just a little platform going, oops, down that way. Now is that going to work with the waterfall there? Because I can join up all this scaffold at the bottom. There should be a bit more ruined there, shouldn't it? That's the only thing. It's an idea. I could build it and see what it looks like in game. That's probably the best bet. Or across like that. Possibly. We're not really making use of that bit. We could if I bring it out more, but then, no, if it's out too far, then there'll be so much scaffolding underneath. I'm basically building a building. So I do need it embedded through the wall. What to do. We could... Aha! I've had a thought. Dangerous, I know. Because I could easily put more ramps leading around the sort of the circumference of the pool. Make something out of that, a bit more storage, bit of interest. And on this bit I can put top. We want zero-sided top. Where am I looking? There we are. One of them actually on top of this bit, making it into a platform, which the bridge can go to. We can put some stairs down to that bit. In fact, I've got a set of stairs ready to be copied anyway. What's that selected? I've selected something huge and massive that's not going to allow the camera to go where I want. What is that selected? Oh god, I've selected that whole bit of rock. That's not what we want. That's what I wanted. So we'll duplicate that, lift you up a bit, come across. Oops. Oh, I'm upside down. Hang on. God. Gets a bit nauseous sometimes doing all... trying to control the cameras on this. Right. And of course, because I've got the lighting turned off, it's impossible to see any definition in anything you've built, but hey ho. Let's have a look there, that looks alright. I can easily stick some ruined stuff down underneath. Platform going across the bottom there, joining around there, a bit more scaffold, yeah. Should look quite nice. Right, so now we want a bridge. Let's just copy this one. Get the right button. Yes, we did. Drop you down, spin you around. Oh, it's already at the right angle to get across as well. Excellent. Love it when a plan comes together. And we can hide most of it that's in that little compartment bit we made. Whether this will look good in game or not, we don't know until we're walking around, because you get such a different feel of things. Let's turn once more, and we need to lift it slightly at the top. We want to cut in just about there. Which, oh, that's not really... That sort of works. If we can get everything else out of the way, let's just give it another jig that way. We'll give that a go. We'll see what that looks like when we're testing in game. Because the only problem I see is coming in from this direction. It's sort of right in your face, isn't it? That's the only thing. No, I'm not convinced now, looking at it from that direction. So what I could do is double this back, like I've done in the outside part, where this scaffolding is going everywhere. I could circle it around and make a bridge just in front of the waterfall. That keeps everything looking nice and open. And get that sort of wooden roller coaster queue effect I'm going for. Anyway, we'll try in game. It's not connected at the moment, but I've got clipping to toggle off so I can sort of run myself up there anyway. We'll see what this looks like and see if I'm liking it from in game before I try anything else. So I'm just going to quickly save what we've got. Thank you very much. Now then, lighting. So, there's my roof. And we've got a fireplace and a brazier in this part. Brazier down there. Probably going to end up hanging a few lamps and things around just to make it seem more feasible that it's going to be lit. Because it's very dark in game. Now then. We want to turn the sky on, which includes the fog. And we want to turn the game lighting on as well. So, nice and dark in game at the moment. And we're going to go for, I'm going to have a look for, what's it called? It's the light, where do I find these? Again, you're just going to see my mouse spinning around on what to you is an invisible menu. Where am I looking? Where are you? Where are you? I've completely forgotten where I get my light from. Oh, there we are. Light. Surprising that. And it's going to be Bleak Falls Candlelight 1. Let's stick you up there. Turn markers on so you can actually see the thing. Drop me down a bit. So where are we going to have it centred? I don't see anything. Because a key thing when you're building dungeons is have a look around existing ones and see how they've managed everything. What sort of tricks they use. So we'll keep it there. It's kind of dull, but we can increase the size of the light holding the S button. I don't know how far we want it to go because I don't like this corner coming into focus like that really. Let's have it more in the middle. In fact, we'll drop it down to be over over the pub thing anyway. It's taking on all the shadows, that's the only thing. Maybe I'm on the wrong light. This is a shadow casting light, obviously. So I can increase the intensity. Yeah, that's what I didn't want. That's the intensive ones. Okay, let's delete that one and look again for something else. Default candlelight, default sunlight, default torch. I'm sure it was Oblique Falls candlelight. NS. Maybe NS is non-shadow. Let's try that. That's looking... Oh, there we are. That's the one, non-shadow. Okay. So we can add some brightness. So that's a non-shadow casting light. I don't know if I like it though. It's a bit dour, isn't it? It's not as bright as I want. Let's look for some other NS's. Torch. Torch non-shadow. Let's try you. See if that's a bit warmer. That's a bit nicer. That's a lot nicer. Now then, we're going to stick it. It does need to be fairly close to everything. About there. And intensity, let's go for about there. And then what we need is a cloud of particles, basically, to make all this bit a bit more obscured, a bit more misty looking, but it catches the light quite well. Oh, God knows where I'm going to find that, actually. Particle effects. Where is it going to be? It's in... Smoke. Smoke, that's what we want. Smoke. Effects smoke. There we are. Ambient beam smoke. Found it. There we are. So we've got smoke beams. We want mist. Low smoky. Chimney. Let's try low smoky 1. There we are. Oh, there's so much in the way of the camera. So we can increase the size on it. And it should catch the light quite well. Yeah, sort of nicely does. Maybe back over there a bit. Ooh, not too far. So you can play around with different sort of ambient beams. Not really sure how that's looking, to be honest. I think it's going to need a little in-game look-see. Don't know if I like that. Let's delete. That was the wrong thing to delete. That was the ceiling. Delete. That was the other bit of the ceiling. Okay, this is going to be tricky now. God. No. Gotcha. Delete. What else have we got? We've got... Let's have a look. It's not going to be under smoke then. It's going to be a mist of some description. Where do I find the mists? Here we are. Right, I found it. Beam dust. Oops. That was me doing the wrong thing, which you can't see anyway, so we'll pretend it never happened. Aha! Right, okay. So that gives a sort of... You can stick these through those skylights you get, you know, in caves when you can see the outside. Stick these in them quite nicely. But that running through the centre of the room might work quite nicely. Let's just big it up a bit. Provide a bit of atmosphere. Won't allow me to select anything else, but there we are. Ah, you can see how that catches the light a lot better now. Oops. Yeah, let's try how that one's going to look. I'm just a bit concerned about the position of this light though. Stick it over there, we'll see how it looks. Let's save. bit more atmospheric. I do love all the shadow casting lights, that's the only thing. Like, see, I'm going to keep them on torches and things, like we've got back here in this room. But for the big room, it does need to look a lot warmer. Because, you know, it is a home, it is a pub, there's going to be bandits galore through this bit. But we shall see. Let's have a look in game. Okay, we're in the towers. Excuse me. No, this is the latest Marvel thing I'm working on, which is obviously Captain America's armour. Texture is rubbish at the moment, but I've just got the block colours in place. And I have been trying some 3D modelling, and I've actually managed to build the shield. Or I've edited a normal shield and put a star on the front. Can't for the life of me get it to work in game, but there we are. I've also got Magneto's helmet, which does sort of work in game almost. If I can even look at it? Surely I can look at it. That button. Why is that button not working? Dunno. But it works as a helmet in game. Obviously the texture's a placeholder. All it is the Draugr helmet with horns shaved off basically, but because of the way you've got to make Skyrim models, you've got to redo a load of the stuff because you can't export them completely with all the skeleton stuff intact, but there we are. We'll take that off because it looks silly. And I can't get the shield to... Oh, hang on. There we are, I found my shield. Okay, it's floating underneath me. Yeah, I'm struggling to get that to work properly. Does it? So I'm holding it.
I'm on your side.
Sorry, I was just testing it. Okay, never mind. What happens when I drop it then? Because the helmet doesn't do anything when I drop it. It just sort of floats there and doesn't have any physics behind it. Which, yeah, is weird. What about the old shield? Well, that sort of floats there doing nothing as well. And doesn't have a texture. Oh yes it does, it's just invisible. So the texture is there. Anyway, we'll leave those there. We need to get to my dungeon. Because it's raining. Hello. I've turned enemy detection off and God mode on and all that lovely jazz, so I can just... There we are. Lovely jubbly. Right, we're going in that way. And hopefully... Oh, we need to test the nav mesh, which means we need a friend. So let's go with... Let's find Bogruk. It's been a while since we've seen Bogruk. What's up, me? D000D621. Bogruk! How you doing, me old pal?
For your help, I'm sending word to the orc strongholds that you're to be trusted. You should be welcome there now.
Cheers, me old mucker. Follow me.
Lead then. You have my steel.
Excellent. Bogruk's still working and I haven't broken him. He's wearing a hood because it's cool. Let's just test that he can get across this bit because I altered that bit a while ago. Okay. That bit's still a bit of a problem then. Come on. Come on, Bogruk, you can do it. No, you can't. Okay. Need to look into this bit. They can't seem to get past. Oh. Let's see if we can follow all the way up. Where's he gone? There he is. Lovely chubby. Have I got a torch?
To be rude, friend, but I'm not feeling particularly sociable.
Interesting. Bogruk never says that. Oh, of course, I've got the mod, haven't I, to change what voices they can use. Oh, it applies to you guys. That's cool. What are you doing? Personal space, Bogruk. Anyway, Might even hike him Captain America. Just together at last, Captain America and Mighty Bogrok. Right, do I have a torch? Don't think this guy does. No. Right. Let's have a torch. Help. Torch for throwing torch. I don't want a throwing torch, I want a torch. God, what is it? Miscellaneous. There we are. Yeah, add item 0E019DAF 1 torch. Thank you very much. Because there's no lighting in this place at all. Right, for Bogrok to catch up to me, and then we'll head on in. Ready? Whee! He's in! Welcome. Right, is this hole repaired? There was a hole just here that I had to fix. Yeah, that's fine. Can't see any sky. Right, and he should follow me all the way to where I finished navmeshing. Let's have a look at this bit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Obviously this light needs to... Hang on, that is... Like, the actual thing there is giving off a bit of light. Wait, no it's not, that's my torch. Sorry, I'm a dingbat. I'm holding fire in my hand. Right, Bogrok, where'd you go? Oi! This way. Come on. Okay, there's a problem just on that bit then. The top of the incliney bit. Okay. Well, that's not a problem because AFT allows me to summon people to where I am by taking out a weapon. Obviously that's not going to work. Let's come down here. Come on. He's not going to come, is he? Right. We can summon him. Tweak commands. Summon. He did appear. Where's he gone? There you are. Right, so you can walk around this bit. How far up can you come? Yeah, no problem there. Right, come on, all the way down, Bogrok. You can do it. Come on, Bogrok. Come on, Bogrok. Yeah, you can. Excellent. Right, Bogrok is working. Well, the nav meshes, apart from this bit here. So we need to go in and just tidy up the triangles, make sure he can get past. Is it? Can he get down? Seemingly not. No, he can't get past that bit at all. Fair enough. There's the outside view, by the way, which is why I've got all that stuff outside. Makes it look a lot nicer, I think. Bit more natural. Right, let's go check out the lighting and my stairways bit. Get out the way, you muppet. I hate you so much. I've trapped him now, haven't I? Tough. He's staying there. Right, and there's the sunlight streaming through that bit, which I quite like. Cleaned up that texture last time, it's good. Not texture, thing. Dunno. Anyway, let's get upstairs. Don't know what I'm going to do with this bit. I think it's going to be another room for random detritus or bedrolls and wardrobes, maybe. That'll do. This corridor obviously needs a lot of work. Right, that hole is gone. Okay, that's already looking better. Not having the bridge that went across the middle there. Nice big open obvious space. So, right, do I like the look of that bit? I kind of do, gotta say I do. I need a bit of tidying just to get that wooden beam not so jutting out of the wall, a bit in the middle there. This bit you can walk up, good. So we'll just have a bit sticking out there, a ladder like that goes across the front face of the waterfall would be cool. So let's take off my clipping, so I can pretend to do that around. Yeah, we can line it up around here, swing around, have another platform here maybe, that leads around and then up here, and then up as normal. That's my plan. That's what I'm going to do, I think. Let's go all the way. Oh, torch ran out. I was going to take it off anyway. Let's have a look at how this is looking. Does it work or doesn't it? Let's take the view in from over here. In fact, if we go... Ooh, let's not walk into the wall. See, I like how moody this bit is. Maybe it is a bit dark though. I might add another torch. Maybe there. Just to help a little bit with the brightness in here. But that one light, and you can see it's not flickering like it did before. That works a treat. That I'm pretty happy with. Obviously it needs filling in, more lights, more fog, and other bits and pieces. Probably going to end up having to do some shadow casting things, especially on these braziers, however you say that word. I tidied up this little bit as well. Not that we can see much at the moment, but there we are. So there we are, we've got a plan for what to do next. The next time I'll do... Oh, hello, we found a gap, we found another gap. We found a gap. Naughty. There we are, there's something to tidy up anyway. Whee! Just because I can. Hello, Jabu. Alright. So, I've got a plan of what I'm doing next is, apart from falling off of things, finishing these scaffoldy bits, tidy up the lighting, fix that bit of nav mesh that didn't work, finish the nav mesh once all the clutter and everything's done. Oh, is that another? Ah, there's another seam coming there from the fix I tried. Right, bits and pieces to tidy up. Good stuff, this is why you test. Anyway, the next time you'll see this place is probably when I'm happy with all the clutter in the whole place, I think. And then we'll have a proper test through the thing. That's what we'll do. Thanks for watching. Let me know if these videos interest you. And I'll see you when I see you. I'm probably going to do another Morrowind because the last Morrowind episode was a bit short. See you later.